that spot, but that's why he's here. That's why he's in this top 16. Those points meant a lot to him, and now he gets to play against Semiij's Catwoman. This is a classic match.
And Gross bringing out Green Lantern, the best in the world, I have to say, with this character. It was his legacy character coming back from one, and he was amazing there as well. He's going up against Noble Semiij. I actually have not seen too much of this matchup, so we're in for a little bit of a treat here. Green Lantern versus Catwoman.
It's such an interesting match because both of these characters control so much space in front of them. Jump whips are countered potentially by the lift or by even his back one going underneath them. Both of these characters have incredible footsie tools and both have great potential Oki setups. So it's a kind of an even match in a way just because they both control those same zones.
And already 2 for 2 on Anti-Air and Catwoman, which is an impossible feat thought of by a lot of players with the down 2 from Green Lantern where he reaches to the heavens with that thing.
Absolutely. There's so many ways for him to stop those jumps, and Semiij already feeling that. I feel like he will be making the adaptation, stop jumping quite as much. I say that, of course, as he jumps, but relatively safe situation, and a down 2 on block after jumping the not 2+ jump 1 from Catwoman will close out that first life.
And a slight whiff on that back 3, and actually goes punish Green Lantern that back 1, an amazing whiff punish tool that has been the bane of Footsie's existence since Injustice 1.
So we've seen Gross both anti-air Catwoman and whiff punish back 3.
2 things never thought to be possible, but it is possible here in the Justice Pro Series finale because we have the best in the world playing.
We do, and Gross showing why he's really amongst them. Look at this huge life lead.
And did you see the whip punish from Semiij? Whip punishing the back 1-3 in between the back 1 and the 3. Also something that is almost impossible. These two are ridiculous.
All right, now Gross has to get out of this corner pressure. Oh, the ambiguous cross-up. I don't think that actually crossed up. Did end up behind Catwoman, but this is going to be a great situation for Gross. He is, I mean, of course he's amazing with every single aspect of Green Lantern, but his setups, his Oki setups are something else.
I'm stealing this one from you.
Ring, don't fail me now.
He's really good at mixing up and reading if his opponent is going to delay wake up or not. Delay wake up gets out of a lot of Green Lantern setups, but he also has setups for delay wake up, so it's a double mind game in of itself every time he touches you.
Yeah, but there are no situations that he leaves up to chance. He knows exactly what to do if his setup doesn't work, exactly how his setup will work, and he knows exactly just how to bait everything. He is a lab monster, which is showing off he hasn't even lost his first life bar.
And ooh, that's so scary. The walk back into the back one. Semiij's trying to backdash the gap there. Doesn't get out and Gross up 1-0 on one of the world's best in Semiij. Look at him. He is poised right now.
He is, and that was a really good read. Back 1-2 is really not commonly used because there's such a huge gap, and you don't get too much reward off of it. But he expected Semiij to backdash right there. Now, Catwoman's backdash is very good because it takes you very low to the ground, but back 1-2 is an overhead, so it caught it on the way back, doing exactly what he needed to get that life bar.
And Gross is very sneaky. We haven't seen it yet. He's very sneaky at throwing in that back one into the low. It's actually known in the community as being unblockable.
Oh, well, his mix-ups are just something else. I mean, they're gross.
Begin.
Getting into match number 2, and wow! Catching him with the back 1-3 behind him, and that Lantern Lift is going to autocorrect for him, and what a start from Gross. Looking to send Semiij into losers. And what a win this would be if Gross is able to pull this off, but Semiij, never count him out.
Oh, absolutely. We've already seen him today lose the first round and then make the whole thing back. He is, again, he's one of the most consistent players in the entire scene. And there's a reason for that, and it is his adaptation. I mean, you can only be so prepared for a matchup. So really what makes you win the majority of your matchups is adapting mid-match.
And again, the anti-air from Gross with that down 2. It's been devastating stopping Semiij's approach. And Semiij, when he gets shut down, you can tell it takes him a little while to readjust because he has the game plan. He's all about going forward. And for him to get shut down like that, it's going to take him a while to get settled as Gross is running away with this match. And that's going to take the first bar of health with a 2-2-3. Gross on fire right now.
Wow, even more of a life lead than the first game. This is huge for Gross. Gross has an answer for everything.
One of the few jumps that Semiij has gotten cleanly on Gross right there. And I don't even think he was expecting it because there was no commitment afterwards.
I mean, another thing that it could have potentially been is Gross has shown that he's absolutely willing to check you after a jump 1 on block. So maybe he was sitting there blocking, waiting for the down 2, and then that means he wasn't taking advantage of the situation.
I'm just amazed at how Gross has been able to anti-air Semiij. It is not an easy feat.
Surprised this fight's not over?
Saving the best for last.
He's not found himself in situations where he's just eating constant mix and constant stagger on pressure. He's walking back. He's building that distance, that walk back. So scary from Green Lantern just because that one can slide into you at any time.
We just see that right there, although he actually caught him on the landing frame, so using it essentially as an anti-air. Wow, catches the flip out. I don't even know how he canceled that hit.
I wasn't aware that it was cancelable after the whip either, but
the tip of the kick must have caught the invincible hitbox from Catwoman as she was flipping away, and he was able to cancel into the lift. That was incredible.
And the awareness to convert afterwards as well by Gross. Playing out of his mind. Really good backdash there from Semiij. There's that knowledge. Trying to build that space. Ooh, whiffing that back two. That's scary against Green Lantern because that back one can come at any time.
Oh, it's true. This is a really heavy footsies match. I mean, both of these characters have some of the best anti-airs in the game, and that's going to catch. Now, it's not going to quite be enough. That's a bad drop, and a good punish by Semiij. That should be enough, and taking the corner advantage. Very, very smart, but it's a real uphill battle.
Did you see that from Gross, where he put out the normal, and then actually baited Semiij into a button? He takes it right there off the instant jump one. A very active, fast normal. You see guys get away with these air-to-airs so often because they're fast and they're active, and Green Lanterns is among them, where it's people get a little salty when they get air-to-airs by those normals.
Yeah, they are great. I mean, not only as an air-to-air, but also as a jump-in. Now, here's the real question. We have been waiting all day to see, will Semiij choose Starfire? Will this finally be the time that he goes to a different character, or will he just stick out the entire way with Catwoman? He's at a pretty big disadvantage, and maybe another character is the answer. We have seen him. He's hovering over Ivy. We saw him use Ivy before multiple times. But Catwoman is really his tried and true. I don't know if he's that comfortable with anybody else.
Real heavy zoners have been the bane of Green Lantern's existence going back to 1, but here in 2, he really can go toe-to-toe full screen with the zoners.
That is true, but of course Starfire zoning is something else. I'm not sure if as great as his zoning is, not sure if he would have been able to keep toe-to-toe with that, but it's not going to matter. Semiij sticking it out, not going for any crazy picks, and now he's going to have to make a 3-0 comeback, which is very potential.
We almost saw it with Scar and Theo, and I love that Gross is throwing out that normal, so that normal can be canceled into an overhead. He can stagger it, go into the low, and he used that to close the distance. He saw that Semiij wasn't doing anything, he just jumped in, used it coming. He's used that perfectly, baiting out buttons, staggering, mixing. Gross is playing so well right now.
He is. I mean, just all of today, this may be the best I have ever seen him play, but this is exactly when he needs to do it. This is the day. And Semiij taking a lot more momentum right now than he's had the past few games. He needs to see if he can keep taking advantage of it. If he keeps putting himself in this neutral situation, it's not going to be ideal.
You can tell he's wary of that back one. He walks almost to the tip of back one range and walks right back off. So he's very wary of that normal.
But we have seen him with Punish It before. I mean, both of these players have incredible neutral.
And here's that stagger pressure we see from Semiij. He's going to get aggressive. He does not. Again, backing off, walking towards, and trying to bait out that back one, it looks like, from Gross.
Oh, and a good life lead. Corner mix-ups again.
Ooh, here we go. Semiij trying to turn the tide. This is his first time he's had some momentum in this entire match. He has the health lead. And we'll see if Gross can work his way out of this corner, because this is where Semiij can fight and claw your health bar down.
Absolutely, but Gross getting out of the corner is going to be a huge deal. That means he has so much space to walk back. Of course, Green Lantern's walk back, one of the best in the entire game. Of course, also on the other side of this, Catwoman's walk forward is incredible.
And now Semiij running away with this, making the adjustments required. He's getting a little more aggressive.
And what is this turnaround? I mean, look at this. This is the opposite of what we've been seeing. Semiij turns something on, he flips some sort of switch, and he's like, oh wait, right, I'm really good, and I'm going to now beat you without losing my first life bar.
And one of the first times you'll see in competitive play someone blowing up that string with a meter burn back 3. You do not see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. That's why these guys are the best of the best.
You do. There are actually quite a few options to beat back 1-3. So back 1-3 has a small gap in it. You can meter burn back 3 or forward 3 to punish it. You can backdash, and you actually still have time to punish it afterwards, depending on the character, the backdash and the normals. Or, as Catwoman, he can actually do the cat dodge and avoid the second hit and then punish it with trade.
A lot of options. And if you're Catwoman, you can just always bury yourself under the ground by doing that back 3 as well. Just go into the whole thing entirely, Chef.
That's true. There are just so many different options, but we've only seen it one time from Semiij. I really hope he continues to use it more in the set.
And Semiij got to play with one of his toys there, a gigantic, unblockable launcher. And what a trade! All these trades, Gross is able to get a full combo off of, and going for the non-cross-up, cross-up. With that forward 3, you never know what side it is going to hit on. And that jump 3, again, You talk about being hard to block. Gross is throwing incredible mix at Semiij right now.
Oh yeah, he's turning it around again. All he needs is that one knockdown off of any single little Green Lantern hit, which is not hard to get. And then it just becomes a mix-up fest. But the whip's going to close it out. Good damage from Catwoman, and now one full life bar apiece.
And a great position from Semiij as well. Walking Gross down the corner. For once, he did not back off. You saw him walk forward and stand his ground. This is the first time I saw him not back off from that back one range, and he still finds himself in the great position in the corner. Doesn't anti-air there. Had a little bit of time there to get the down two out. Oh, now he's going for a ride.
All right, knockdown into... Oh! He's frozen!
Oh, no!
He was taking a nap midair! What was going on?
Looking like a Black Adam dive kick frozen in time. He was going nowhere, and he still has his back to the corner, trying to get out, but Semiij, the backdash, actually keep giving him the same position. These guys are toe-to-toe right now.
But I think Green Lantern's toe reaches a little bit farther. Oh, but as I say that, Catwoman's toe attack actually wins out.
I paid for my crimes.
Karma's a beast.
Good meter here for Gross. He's going to come off two. Semiij coming off none. That gives them even meter, 2-2. Even if Semiij clashes, Gross is in a great position with meter. He's going to come off the bar.
Can't beat me, you can't beat Bruce.
Green Lantern can't lose.
That was a really good wager because he was going to get 2-2-3, which would have forced a very hard to block situation.
Oh yeah, of course, 2-2-3 by itself is a hard knockdown, which is why you see Gross using that all the time to end his combos. Oh, but now look at this. Semiij should get a ton of damage into a setup of his own.
A fantastic whiff punish. Good delay wake up there by Gross not to get opened up by that cross-up jump one. And meter burn canceling by Gross. And got the cross-up. And it crossed up, but it didn't cross up. And this might do it. Big drop off that jump two. And oh my gosh, Semiij with the instant jump one. Does have the bar to confirm. And we're going to a game number 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, what a ridiculous... He jumped back one that hit behind his head for the conversion to tie it up. And that means that this will be the 7th game of today that will go to Game 5. We have had an equal amount of 3-0s and 2 3s today, and very little in between.
And already a great start for both these guys. Gross drawing first blood, but Semiij backdashing in the middle of the string and getting the whiff punish. Also at his interactable. Now he's in a great position. Now he found himself there in game number 4. The corner in the meter to confirm in a full combo here. Big damage. The knockdown, what's going to be the setup?
Again, jump back whip. I would love to see if Green Lantern can actually lift on wake up to beat that setup, but there might not be too many more chances. Gross already down about 90% life.
That was the champion Semiij right there. Corner control, lockdown, and the immediate moment that Gross tried to get out of that corner, down 2.
Stop where you are.
Never back me into a corner.
Gross needs a momentous comeback, and he has the corner position. He has the meter to do it. I still get the open up. Here we go.
Yeah, that is a great start. Here's the mix-up. Cross up fourth. A great block by Semiij. And a mash down 2. I mean, not mash, but actually they're very well placed. But just... when you see a down 2 come out like that, it's always a little bit funny, and that's going to give him, again, a lot of momentum, using every single hit as advantage. What's the mix-up? 2-2-3, whiffing again!
He's dropped 2-2-3 multiple times, and that is not what we would do in Game 5 against Semiij with so much on the line.
And he's almost brought this completely back, but Semiij, again, taking all these Oki setups, taking a little bit of damage here and there, no clash available. Good flip out, that could have been so much more.
And a great punish on the down 2, only gets 189, but something's better than nothing. He only needs 112, 90 damage now to win this thing, but Gross is going to take the first bar of health, dropping bars on this man.
So if he wants to win here, he is going to have to get a hit, get the first hit, and then just never... Oh, well, no, he's not going to get a chance. Semiij with a reverse 3-0 to make it into winners finals against what is a classic